Hello beautiful people, I hope you're all doing great. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for stopping by here, and please do go ahead by clicking on the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you get notified as to when I upload new videos. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you all so much for your continued support. So the purpose of this video is to discuss the pros and cons of having or wearing braids. I have had my braids on since October. I had them done whilst I was in Nigeria, so I thought to come at you with the pros and cons should you decide to want to have braids installed. Generally speaking, braids are very beautiful. They've got the flexibility and the versatility of you changing your styles every single day, and I love that idea of braids because it just gives me so much leeway because I do not have to manipulate my actual hair on a regular basis. So wearing braids protects my hair from the elements of life. One of the many advantages of wearing braids is the fact that braids can last a very long time. Like I mentioned to you earlier on, I've had mine since October, so we're going to about 3 to 4 months wearing these braids, and I am actually a huge fan of long-term styles that remain looking fresh and nice, which gives me a break from having to manipulate my own hair. I did also mention in this video that I will link up on the top left or top right corner of the screen where I looked into refreshing my edges. Be sure to go check them out. The second point is that it's a great protective style, which means that when you leave your hair tucked away from the elements of life, so you're looking at water, dry hair, especially in the winter. The average hair growth is usually 6 inches or 15 centimeters per year, and I am definitely looking forward to retaining as much length as possible. I will be showing you consequent videos on how I look into achieving that. So please do go ahead and subscribe as well as clicking on the notification bell so you can see how I'm going to go about this and you get notified as to when I upload new videos. The third advantage to wearing braids is low maintenance. Basically, this means that you spend less time having to manipulate your hair. You will still have to spend time on styling your hair and taking care of it, of course, but it will not be as much as how you would take care of your relaxed or natural hair. The fourth advantage to wearing braids is that you do have a wide variety of styling your hair, and this gives you the flexibility to be as creative as possible. Those are a few of the many advantages of wearing braids. I will now discuss the cons or the disadvantages of wearing braids. Number one on the list is that braids can actually cause hair breakage, most especially around the edges. So if the braids are installed too tight or your hair is already weakened, this will increase the chances of you losing your hair. So the chances of you retaining any hair in the first place is already maybe not possible. The second disadvantage of wearing braids is that braids can be quite pricey. I had mine installed in Nigeria and this cost me about 4,500 naira, and if I had to do the calculation, that is equivalent to £9.71 or €10.85. It was cheaply done in Nigeria, but the prices in Europe will definitely be more. Also, the length and the size can affect the price of the braid installment. Usually the longer and thinner the braid, the more expensive it will get. The third point is that installing the braids as well as the removal of the braids can be time consuming, and it could take hours. So you've got to be super patient enough to have these braids installed, or when you're taking them out, you've retained a lot of length whilst you've had your braids installed, so you wouldn't want to like mess around with the braids when you're taking them down, because you don't want to lose the hair that you've retained in the time frame that you've had the braids on. And basically for me, it took me about 4 to 5 hours, I believe, to have these braids installed. And this is, I believe, waist length. So you've got to have the patience to sit down and have the braids installed, as well as when you're taking them down, and you've got to be as careful as possible because you do not want to lose the hair that you've retained. So those will be the pros and cons of wearing braids from my own side. If I did miss anything out, please leave them in the comments down below. Generally speaking, wearing braids is super beautiful. You've got the versatility, you've got the flexibility, you've got the convenience, because you do not have to deal with your natural hair or relaxed hair all the time, but you do have to make sure that your scalp is clean whilst you have the braids for a long period of. Just because you've got the braids doesn't mean you should totally neglect your scalp. If your scalp develops any type of disease, or if it accumulates dirt, then there's a high chance that you will be losing a lot more hair than usual. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video as well. It will tell me that you guys would like to see more videos like this. So until my next video, I'm wishing you all a wonderful day. Bye.